Do you want to know what it is? The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us. Even now, in this very room. You can see it when you look out your window or when you turn on your television. You can feel it when you go to work, when you go to church, when you pay your taxes. It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth. You have to see it for yourself. This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Where is this place? Is this Anhtrix? What an interesting place. Let's look around. Who are all these people? Whoa, that's Morpheus? I always thought he was black. Huh. Okay. Who else do we have here? Agent Smith. He doesn't look as scary as I thought he would look. What's he trying to do? Be an X-Men member now? Huh. Interesting guy. Who else do we have here? Wait a minute. This guy transformed? Diego Sanchez. Must be another agent. Gotta look out for him too. Look like I got a message. I'm not the one. Alright. Let's get out of this place. Let's get started. I'm gonna demo how to create a flight checklist from beginning to end. So that means from web to iOS. So first off, for you create a checklist, you must be an admin and you must create it from the web. What you do is you go to this organization settings, you go to forms, you create new form. Sorry, give me a second. I just want to make sure which project I'm in. Yeah, okay. So organization form, new form. I'll call this PCO checklist. So there's three types that you can create in the checklist. You can create as a checkbox, which is a Boolean type. You can create a drop-down list, which is a string type. And you can create a empty text field, which is also a string type. I'll create all three examples in this scenario. Since I'm using PCL as an example, I'll use their form. This is what their form looks like. First thing, I'll create a drop-down list and use this item here. What is your airspace class? In the description, it's essentially a footer, and I'll show you what it looks like in the iOS app. This is a airspace footer. Type drop-down list is a string. For you to create a drop-down list, you must create different options separated by a comma. I'll call it class A, class B, class C, and class D. This requires a few here. Essentially, if you check this, you must select one of the options. Otherwise, you cannot complete the checklist and the iOS app field. In this example, I'll check it. Next, I'll create an empty text field. What's the weather condition? This is not required, so I'll just use this description here. This is not required. Type is also a string, but in this scenario, you will leave this empty. And essentially, when this is empty, the user can enter anything in the empty text field, and I'll show you what it looks like in our iOS app. Since this is not required, I'll leave this unblank. And the last item I'll do is checkbox or Boolean. And I use this item right here, ATC approval. Have you received ATC approval? Must be checkbox. Type, string, and then since it's required, I'll check this. I'll create two extra fields, but in this scenario, won't create as a require at all. So I'll create an example of drop down that's unrequired, and a check and another empty text field. Who's more handsome? Nico on empty. It won't be required. And the last item, I'll just create something like any last comment. Text field, empty text field. But in this scenario, I'll make it require as opposed to unrequired up here. And I'll save it. So the checklist has been created. What do you do now? You need to associate this checklist to a project. So you will go to our projects and select the project that you want to use. In this case, I'll just use on new time test. Here, this is forms right here. Pre-flight checklist form. You create PCO checklist. I select that. I'll save it. Now, if I go to the iOS app, I should see this checklist shown on the screen. Now, if I go to on multi-time test, where is that thing? Oh, on new time test right here. That's the project, right? Yes. Just go back to this PCO checklist. If you notice, this is syncing right now. And if I go to the mission, any mission, you will see fly instead of checklist. That's because it takes time for it to sync the first time. Once this is synced, you will see that button turn to checklist. Now, keep in mind, this syncing can take anywhere between 30 seconds to 2 minutes, depending on how many projects you have in an organization. But keep in mind, once you do it the first time, the second time you walk in, the checklist will show immediately because we saved this locally once we sync it the first time. So it'll be a lot faster next time. Oh, look, it's finished syncing. Now you notice how it turned the checklist immediately. Now if I go here, you can see the checklist mirror exactly. Oh, sorry. The checklist will mirror exactly over here. See what's the airspace class, what's the weather condition, empty text field, so your user can respond here, have you received ATC, and so on. Now, if you notice this item right here, if you click on it, you cannot complete it because not every required item has been completed. Remember how these 3 items right here must be completed? So let's do that. What's your airspace class? I'll just select a random one, class C. And have you received ATC approval? Must be checkbox. See how this is a description? It's up in the footer right here. I'll check it. And the last item requires any last comment. I'll just say da. See, and now you can complete the flight checklist. If you don't fill this in, who's more handsome here? We don't send anything to manager, so that's why it's not required, right? You can, but if you do fill in, we do send that information. So let's select it. Who's more handsome? I'll give Nico the benefit of the doubt, mostly because he's about to get married in a few days. Congratulations. I'm sure you'll be a happy man for the rest of your life very soon. Nico, and any last comment? I'll change it some. So you notice if I delete it, this is, you can't complete it because, well, this is a required item. But in this scenario, I'll just say congratulations to Kaylee also. She just recently got married. Hooray! Wow, a lot of people are getting married. Maybe this place shouldn't be called Anhtrix, it should be called Notebook. Anyways, here's another interesting feature that I'd like to show you guys. If you accidentally hit cancel, and you go back, all this information is saved. Notice how this is saved, this is saved, this is saved, but we don't send this information until you complete the flight checklist. So that's what's cool about this. You can accidentally hit cancel, it will still be there. Then you hit complete flight checklist, and you notice this checklist is completed. You can go back and edit it. You edit it, you can confirm changes, or you can cancel. So I won't actually fly the mission. I'll just show you what some of the checklists I have created in the past look like, because it takes a while to fly the mission. I also want to show you guys one more thing, is that you can actually skip the checklist and we record this information and let the employer know that they actually skipped. So you just hit skip right here, and you hit skip, and you notice this is skip. But you can also go back and complete the checklist if you wish to. But you notice once you skip, you can also fly immediately, so you don't have to fill out the checklist. Yeah. So let me show you what some of the checklist looks like. Here, I'll go to American soil. And you notice how the checklist is either skip or is completed. In this scenario, when it's completed, if I go here and go to details, you notice how all these fill out and send to manager. Yeah, so we do send to manager. Whoa, what is this feeling I'm having? What's this energy? Ah!
Now get up.